Let me tell you something real. If you woke up this morning, you already won half the battle. That breath in your lungs, that beat in your chest, that tired body that still managed to roll out of bed, that's not an accident. That's purpose, that's a sign, that's proof that your story ain't done yet. I don't care what storm you're standing in right now, or how heavy your load feels. If you're still standing, it means God still has a plan. He didn't bring you through all that pain, all that mess, all those lonely nights, just to drop you off at the side of the road. No, no. He brought you this far because there's more in you, more for you, and more coming through you. See, you think you're stuck, but God sees you being stretched. You think it's over, but He sees a new beginning. You keep replaying your failures in your head like a broken record, but He's already written the next chapter. You didn't come through all that fire to quit now. You didn't survive heartbreak, loss, betrayal, disappointment, rejection, and still have a heartbeat for no reason. That strength you built in the fire. You're gonna need it for the future He's setting up for you. That patience you learned in the waiting room of life, it's preparing you for rooms you don't even know you're about to walk into. That quiet voice that told you to just hold on for one more day. That wasn't just your thoughts, that was divine. Stop doubting yourself because the road got rough. Life ain't supposed to be easy, but just because the path is difficult doesn't mean the purpose is dead. That dream you buried under fear, it's still alive. That calling you tried to ignore because life got loud, it's still there. And the beautiful part is, God hasn't changed His mind about you. Even if you gave up on yourself, He didn't. Even if you stumbled, even if you messed up, even if you sat down and cried more nights than you'd like to admit, He still sees the gold in you. He still sees the gift in you. He still sees you. You weren't created to quit. You weren't designed to break down and stay down. You got something in you that trouble can't kill and time can't steal. You got grit. You got favor. You got destiny stamped on your soul. So no, this is not the end of the road. This is just the part of the path that builds warriors. This is where the weak turn back, but you press forward. Because deep down, something in you knows you didn't make it this far just to make it this far. There's more healing, more purpose, more joy, more doors waiting to open. You've been praying, grinding, waiting, hoping, watching other people get what looks like your blessing while you're still stuck in the same place. It's frustrating, isn't it? That kind of waiting will mess with your head, make you think maybe you're not good enough. Maybe you missed your chance. Maybe it's just not meant for you. But let me tell you something you need to hold on to. Every delay is preparing you, not denying you. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it won't. Just because the door hasn't opened doesn't mean the room's not being prepared. What you think is a detour is really just divine timing in disguise. Sometimes the worst thing that could happen is getting what you prayed for before you're ready. That's why the delay feels so long. It's not punishment, it's preparation. You're not waiting because God's ignoring you. You're waiting because He's building something in you. You're being developed in the dark. You're learning how to trust when there's no evidence. You're learning how to stand when nothing's moving. That kind of growth can't happen when everything is going your way. It only happens in the waiting room, in the quiet, in the slow grind. You're being shaped for the level you're about to walk into. You can't bring yesterday's character into tomorrow's calling. You need stronger shoulders, deeper faith, and clearer vision. And that's exactly what the delay is doing. You think the no you got last month was rejection. Nah, that was protection. That was redirection. That was God saying, not now, not yet. Let me finish preparing what you can't see. See, the thing about faith is, it rarely makes sense in the moment. It's only looking back that you realize why it had to take so long. The doors that didn't open were the ones that would have taken you off course. The people who walked away weren't meant to carry your calling. The job you didn't get, the opportunity that slipped through your fingers, that was all part of the setup. But you have to stop treating delay like defeat. That mindset will kill your spirit. It'll make you bitter, make you settle, make you stop dreaming. Don't you dare do that. Don't let a slow season make you believe your future isn't still coming. God's timing is perfect. Not your timing, not your neighbor's timing, not social media's timeline. His, and when it finally shows up, it's gonna make sense why you had to wait. You'll see how the pain built your patience. How the quiet taught you how to hear. How the detour took you exactly where you needed to be. Not where you wanted to go, but where you were meant to end up. The delay wasn't a denial. It was the setup before the breakthrough. You keep looking at your life like it's falling apart, like you're behind, like you're messing up more than you're moving forward. But let me tell you something straight. You ain't failing, you're being forged. There's a difference. You're not being broken to be discarded, you're being shaped to be strengthened. That pressure you're under, it's not there to crush you, it's there to mold you. You're being prepared to carry something bigger than what you've ever had before. You think you're losing, but really you're leveling up. And leveling up never feels comfortable. See, everybody loves the idea of winning, but no one talks about the grind it takes to get there. The sleepless nights. The silent battles, the weight of responsibility, the loneliness of purpose. But that's the forge, baby, that's the fire. And if you want real strength, if you want real faith, if you want real wisdom, you don't get that on the mountaintop. You earn that in the valley, in the shadows, in the struggle. You get that when life slaps you and you stand back up anyway, when people doubt you and you choose not to quit, when everything around you says give up, but something inside you says not yet. You think God is punishing you with these trials, but He's preparing you. He's refining you. He's testing the foundation so when the blessing comes, it doesn't crush you. It carries you. Because let's be real, the version of you that walked into the fire is not the same version that's gonna come out of it. No, the one that comes out, that person stronger, wiser, more focused, more grateful, more disciplined, more dangerous, in all the right ways. That person can handle the weight of the calling. Don't confuse the season of struggle with a lifetime sentence. You're not stuck, you're being sharpened. You're not cursed. You're in construction. God doesn't build skyscrapers overnight. He digs deep before He builds high. That means the deeper the pain, the higher the purpose, the longer the process, the greater the promise. You don't put plastic through fire, it would melt. You put gold through fire. You don't sharpen dull blades with feathers. You use friction, pressure, grind. That's what you're going through. That's what's happening to you right now. And if you keep showing up, keep walking, keep trusting, you're going to see it was never failure. It was never punishment. It was never random. It was the forge, and you know what comes out of the forge. Weapons, tools, unbreakable things, things that last, things that were made to endure. That's you. You were never meant to crumble. You were meant to rise. And this season you're in right now, it's not the end. It's not defeat. It's the heat that turns raw potential into unstoppable power. People are always going to have something to say. They'll question your dreams, criticize your hustle, whisper about your failures, and scoff at your ambition. But here's what you've got to understand. What they think about you is none of your business. Their doubt doesn't define your destiny. Their opinions don't determine your outcome. You weren't put on this earth to meet other people's expectations. You were put here to fulfill your purpose, to walk your own path, and to rise with or without their applause. The problem is too many of us waste time trying to prove them wrong, trying to silence the noise, trying to win their approval, trying to be liked by people who wouldn't clap for us even if we won the race. But you weren't made to impress them. You were made to impact the world, and the only way you do that is by focusing on the one person who really matters in this equation. You focus on proving yourself right. Focus on becoming the person you know you're capable of being, because at the end of the day, when you lay your head down, it's not their voice that matters, it's yours. Can you look yourself in the mirror and say, I showed up for me today? You don't need permission to rise. You don't need validation to start. You don't need a round of applause to take the first step. That dream that's been tugging at your heart, it's there for a reason. You've been equipped. You've been called. You've been chosen. Not everybody will see it. And that's okay. Not everybody needs to. Sometimes people doubt you because they can't see that far. Their vision is small, their faith is limited, their mindset is caged. But just because they can't see, it doesn't mean it's not real. Don't let their fear rub off on your future. Stop chasing people who don't believe in you and start becoming someone you believe in. The real power is when you stop trying to prove anything to anyone and you just become. Become excellent, become consistent, become relentless. Let your results do the talking. Let your peace be your power. Let your growth be your revenge, because nothing confuses the enemy more than watching someone rise who wasn't supposed to. Someone who came from the bottom, who got counted out, who had every reason to quit, but didn't. The truth is, people's doubt isn't your problem. It's theirs. Let them talk, let them guess, let them watch. Meanwhile, you stay building, stay grinding, stay believing. You've got something in you that doesn't require approval. You've got greatness that doesn't need a green light. You've got fire that won't burn out just because someone else doesn't believe in it. Keep going, keep growing, keep becoming, because when it's all said and done, the only person you need to prove right is the one staring back at you in the mirror. Pain is a strange thing. It's something nobody wants, but everybody goes through. You don't get to avoid it. Not if you're living with any kind of purpose. It comes in many forms: loss, betrayal, failure, disappointment, heartbreak. And it never feels fair. But here's what most people don't realize. Pain can be your power if you choose to use it. See, you weren't meant to just survive the hard seasons. You were meant to grow through them. The pain wasn't sent to break you. It was sent to build you, so don't waste it. Don't ignore it. Don't just cry through it. Learn from it. Everybody wants to skip the hard parts of life, but those hard parts are where the real lessons live. That pain you're feeling, it's shaping you. It's building your patience, because nothing teaches you how to wait on timing like a situation you can't fix overnight. It's sharpening your vision, because once you've been through some things, you stop wasting time on what doesn't matter. You start seeing clearly who's real, what's worth your energy, and where your peace lies. And most of all, it deepens your faith, because when everything else falls apart and all you have left is God, that's when you really find out He's all you ever needed. Don't run from the pain, don't numb it. Don't bury it, sit with it, let it teach you, let it push you, let it light a fire in you that comfort never could. Because here's the truth. Some of the strongest, most grounded, most successful people you'll ever meet didn't get that way because life was easy. They got there because life wasn't. They used the pain. They didn't let it go to waste. They let it teach them how to fight, how to focus, how to endure, and now they walk with a kind of strength that can't be faked. You can do the same. That wound you carry, it can become your wisdom. That season that nearly broke you, it can become the reason you rise higher than you ever thought possible, but only if you choose not to waste it. You don't have to understand it all right now. You don't have to like it, but you do have to decide what you're going to do with it. Are you going to let it define you or refine you? Are you going to stay bitter or get better? That choice is yours. Pain will visit all of us, but whether it stays to destroy you or gets transformed into strength, that depends on how you respond. If you let it, pain can introduce you to the strongest, most authentic version of yourself. It can pull things out of you that ease never could. So don't just try to make it through. Don't just try to get by. Use the pain. Use it to rise. Use it to grow. Use it to fuel the greatness that's still inside you, waiting to be unleashed. There are going to be days when you don't feel strong. Days when getting out of bed feels like a battle. When the weight on your shoulders feels too heavy to carry and the future looks too foggy to follow. You might feel stuck, confused, exhausted, or completely defeated. But here's what you need to remember. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't need to see the entire path. You just need to take the next step. That's how you get through, not by sprinting to the finish line, but by walking forward. One faith, filled, determined, sometimes trembling step at a time. Life isn't about perfect progress. It's not about moving fast. It's about moving forward. And sometimes forward looks like crawling. Sometimes it looks like standing still and catching your breath before you take that next inch. Sometimes it's messy. Sometimes it's slow. Sometimes it's quiet. But it's still movement, and as long as you're moving, you're not stuck. As long as you're trying, you're not done. As long as you're showing up, even broken, even scared, you're still in the fight. Don't let the size of your mountain intimidate you out of taking that first step. You don't climb a mountain by staring at the peak. You climb it one step, one grip, one moment at a time. You don't need to know how long it's going to take. You just need to be willing to keep moving, even when it hurts, because progress is often invisible while it's happening. You won't always see the change right away, but that doesn't mean it's not working. That seed you planted in pain, it's growing. That effort you made in silence, it's building strength. That tear you cried behind closed doors, it's watering something powerful inside of you. There will be voices, external and internal, that tell you to quit, that it's not worth it, that you'll never make it. But those voices aren't speaking truth, they're speaking fear, and fear doesn't get to have the final say in your life. Faith does, even if it's just a mustard seed of faith. Even if all you can manage today is a whisper, a sigh, or a single action toward healing, that's enough. That's power, because forward is forward, no matter the pace. You weren't built to break. You weren't created to cave in. There's more in you than what you've seen, more ahead than what you've lost. But you'll never find it if you stop now. Keep walking. If walking's too hard, crawl. If crawling's too hard, lean. But don't stop. Don't give in to the lie that it's over. The breakthrough might not be tomorrow. It might not be next week, but it's coming, and every step you take, no matter how small, is bringing it closer. So keep your head up, your spirit open, and your feet moving. You don't have to know the whole story. You just have to trust the next step.